Good evening. My name is Carol Clay. I am the author of Bailey's Treasure. Today is July the 6th. And today's episode, the topic is going to be how to start writing or how I started writing. Um, and I'm going to give just a couple of writing tips that I have learned along the way from starting Bailey's Treasure. Um, so, Bailey's Treasure was my first book that I wrote. It has been in my mind since I was a little kid. Um, I have felt like I was a writer my whole life. I tell a story about how one of my coworkers recently, about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago now, asked me what would I do if I wasn't doing what I was doing right now, if I wasn't teaching. And I said, "Oh, I'm a writer." And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, "You haven't written anything." But that's not true. When I was in third grade, I won a an award for writing a Black History um, essay when I was in third grade. I have always enjoyed writing. Writing was kind of my um, how do I explain it? Writing was my escape. It was my way of getting my ideas out. And now recently I've just been able to do that. I've been able to um, free up some time and free up some space and free up my mind to be creative. And so, of the 150th time that I sat down to write Bailey's Treasure, I was able to write it. And I think that that was greatly um, because of the outline that I created. That was the first time that I created an outline, and I would write from the outline, then I would change the outline, then I would write from the outline, then I would change some of my writing, and it just seemed to come together. It just seemed to be 3,000 words, then it was 5,000 words, then it was 10,000 words, and then it was a book. And so I encourage any new writer or anybody thinking about writing to create an outline that um, kind of highlights your ideas. I don't know if you're like me. I knew what the end was going to be. Like I knew where I wanted the story to go. It was filling in the details and filling in the juicy parts and filling in um, the characterization and doing all of that. That was, I guess, the more creative side of it. That took the time. That took the time. And if you plan some of that out, you can then sit down and write it in chunks, and so it doesn't seem like such a large um, undertaking. Okay, that's kind of some of my tips for any inspiring writers that would like to wonder why they can't get out the work, can't do it. An out I use an outline. I use an outline, and for a book the size of Bailey's Treasure, it's 280 pages. My outline was 6 pages. I had a 6 page outline. And the outline is never set in stone. It's always fluid. It's always changing. It's always moving. Mine is color coded because I enjoy that. I enjoy changing it up, and so much so. And I've said this in interviews and other things that it's the process. It's the process of creating. Never thought of myself as an artist. Never thought of myself as being very creative. But when I write, um, using the words and doing different things, it's uh, it's therapeutic. The process of writing, the end result is great, um, and I would love for you to go and purchase the end result because I have gotten some really good reviews on it. Um, but it's definitely the process that we enjoy. Okay. Um, I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit. This is my second episode for Carol Clay, the author. And please like, subscribe, share my YouTube channel with people that you think might be interested in Bailey's Treasure and interested in the book. I will sign off now and await next week's episode. Next week, I will be talking about um, I'll be talking about a little bit more about me, a little bit more about me, and a little bit more about Bailey's Treasure. How about that? Okay. All right. I'll see y'all next week.